Damage here in Louisville, with much of the storm damage focusing in south and southwest Louisville. Take a look along Preston Highway. Some of the power poles were snapped in half and pushed over, while others leaned up against the buildings. Power was knocked out to much of that area tonight. And as we've learned at the top of the night, team, we've had one likely death related to the storm in the Dixie Highway area, and an EF1 tornado looking very likely hitting around Robards Lane, just south of the Waterston in the Newburgh neighborhood.
At least that one. There's going to be storm surveys in Meade County, also in southern Indiana. And today was a reminder to not only take tornado warnings serious, Doug, but also severe thunderstorm warnings very seriously.
Good point. From that video you just showed us, which happened at about 5:05, we were under a tornado warning still at that time here in Metro Louisville.
Yeah, but I think we're going to see some touchdowns that were not under a tornado warning, but a severe thunderstorm warning. But the National Weather Service did specifically put in the text and the severe thunderstorm warnings that a tornado would be possible. So again, very important, like we said earlier when we were tracking those storms, treat those severe thunderstorm warnings like a tornado warning. Still seek shelter. Flying limbs can definitely knock out windows and cause damage and possibly cause some injuries as well. This is a look at the animation since 3 o'clock with the Max HD radar and satellite. You can see the squall lines zipping right across the area, weakening off to the east. Now we just have some leftover light rain showers for tonight, but notice this batch of rain in western Tennessee. That's likely going to creep up into southern Kentucky, mainly along and south of the parkways, and some of these spots do have a flood watch until 2 p.m. tomorrow. So all the alerts are gone except for that flood watch for parts of Marion, Greene, Taylor, and Adair counties. So watch out for still some rising rivers, creeks, and streams down that way. A lot of kids on spring break. Keep them away from many of those raging waters out there. Just some leftover sprinkles and some light rain and some damp roads out there right now. You can see the swath of the damage reports here that were given to the National Weather Service, basically between the Bluegrass Western Kentucky Parkway and Interstate 64 is where most of the damage was, where we had that stronger burst coming out of that squall line. As we switch over to Futurecast, again, there's that batch of rain that lines up mainly south of Louisville. No severe weather expected with that as that moves on through. Tomorrow morning, could be a couple sprinkles left over south of the river over Metro Louisville and some steadier rains to the south again of the Bluegrass and Western Kentucky parkways, and mainly dry in southern Indiana. And obviously cooler too behind that front. We're going to see our temperatures start off in the upper 40s. You may want a light jacket tomorrow. It's going to be gloomier, and from summer-like conditions that we had today in the mid 80s down to the mid 50s tomorrow. So it's going to be around 30 degrees colder for our Thursday with a lot of clouds around as well. So a gloomier day on the way tomorrow. Of course, today was spring-like with those storms and very warm before the storms hit. And then Friday, some improvements. We should see some filtered sunshine in lower 60s, and we'll see more and more sun and a gradual warming trend through our Easter weekend and into next week as well. Live view out there now, still 64 degrees. There's that high today, officially 85. Way above the average high of 66 and just a couple off the record of 87. And the storms are moving so quickly, we only picked up a quarter inch of rainfall despite how strong they were. 61 and 64 at the airports now, and pretty much all areas are sitting in the 60s at this time, and we'll drop down to the 50s and upper 40s as we head through the overnight hours. So a few leftover light rain showers, cloudy and cooler tonight, low temperature at 47 degrees. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, some showers off to the south lingering with a high temperature up to 58 degrees. 61 on Friday, 65 and sunshine Saturday. Just about perfect for Easter Sunday with a high of 70. And look at all the sunshine that we'll have through much of next week, climbing back to near 80 by next Wednesday.